Hi, welcome back to the table. It's Amy with Notes from Past Amy. Today we are going to be looking at nibs, despite the pens you see here. Bodies are irrelevant in this video, and it will be in a few parts that I'll have to put together. I know that already because I don't have enough bodies to hold all the nibs that I have. But to me, nibs fit into one of four categories. You can see here, the first one is going to be round. Round nibs. So the tipping is essentially a round ball on the end of the nib, and this one is super tiny because this is my smallest round nib. Ultra extra fine, and as far as I know, this is a Japanese only kind of nib. Your standard round nibs come in extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and the really common ones are just fine and medium, abbreviated F or M. Now, I don't have Japanese and Western examples for all of these because I don't have that in my collection. But we're going to show you everything I do have. We're just going to write the pen body so that you know, I'll put it in parentheses, the nib, and if I remember what ink it is, I'll probably put that at the bottom. We'll do some swirly kind of things, hearts, stars. I'm not an artist, so we'll see what I come up with. And just let you look at all these different line widths of this same tipping type, okay? This is the Platinum 3776 Century, and as I mentioned already, the nib is an ultra extra fine, which is abbreviated UEF, okay? UEF. So a nice standard line like you would get on a ballpoint pen, a fine liner, that kind of thing, and the ultra extra fine is definitely a fine liner type of line. This looks cool. Let's do a line of this. Nice. All right, so there's the line. No variation in the line. This is a nice hard nib, although I don't use pressure, so take that for what it's worth. I can make a smiley face. And we're going to repeat that on the other side for symmetry. There we go. The ink that I always keep in this pen is Platinum Carbon Black. And that's the ultra extra fine. Up next, extra fine. I have not Monteverdi, Mayora. My Mayora Christmas pen. Here's the part we're really interested in. This is a Jowo extra fine. Gold plated, so not actual gold. This is a steel nib. Oh, I should have put that on the last one. The Platinum 3776s come with 14K gold nibs. Good thing I left space there. Okay, moving over. Mayora Aventus, just so you know, and so I can keep track of it later. This is a steel Jowo in extra fine. Now, see the difference in line width between the Japanese small nib and the European fine nib or Western fine nib? Yeah, it is significant. I wish I had a regular extra fine, not the ultra extra fine Japanese to show you, but I do not, so I'm sorry, but this is what I have, so we're working with it. Extra fine, EF. Okay, let's do some swirly things. Been really into this long and short pattern lately, so this is what that nib looks like. Cute. And this has been inked with Private Reserve. Touch the paper, that would help. Plum. Okay. I do have an extra fine Yovo gold nib. Gold colored, but actually like gold. It's on my other Mayor pen. They look very much the same, except this is a little bit newer nib, so it doesn't have the scroll work on the edges. So another Yovo nib. Extra fine, still gold, but this is actually 14 karat gold. And it's a 14K Yovo nib. Again, extra fine, which is abbreviated. It will have the 14K in its lineup. See, 14K, and then underneath is the extra fine. Whoops. Hopefully you can see that. But gold nibs will always have the carat on there as well as the size. Looks just like the other extra fine, doesn't it? There we go. What is this ink? What is this ink? I don't remember what this ink is. I guess I will look it up really quickly. Christmas pen. Oh, Daphne Blue. So this is another Private Reserve ink. Daphne Blue. Cool. I picked more than one example for fine. Fine is my favorite size. And although I believe the first two are both Yovo nibs, the first is Esterbrook branded. It's the old style with the scroll work. You see the little F for fine there. And it has a different feel to it, like a more precise feel. Like that's just how I think of it. So this is the Esterbrook SD Lilac. And this is a Steel Yovo. I do have a couple of gold nibs, but most of these are steel examples. And this is a fine, abbreviated F. The crazy thing is, this looks finer than my extra fines. And you can hear it too. My Amazing Doodles. I don't know what this is inked with. I should know, but I don't know. Purple ink. If that's really important, let me know. But did you hear the difference? You can hear it and you can see it. Here's the Monteverde. This is a fine. I don't know if this is a Yovo or if it's a Bach. At one point I thought it was a Bach. I originally got it thinking it was Yovo because, you know, like everything was advertised with the Yovo. The fine marking is over here on the side right there. F. I don't know. I know the housing is specific to the Conklin Monteverde brand. I don't know. I don't know. But it has a different feel and a different sound than the Esterbrook fine. So let's experience that. It's the giant sequoia. I just don't always feel like writing that. And this is a steel nib, but I don't, whoops. Steel nib. I don't know what brand exactly. It is a fine. That is marked. So Look on the side because it's in a different location, but it should be there. Maybe I just got really generous extra fines, but it feels like my fines write a finer line than my extra fines do. Yeah, maybe it's just me. Judge for yourself. That's for the bad star. Oh well. What is in this one? I've changed the color in this pen so many times. It's no wonder I can't keep up. Ah, Kujaku. All right, very nice. Pilot Eroshizuku Kujaku. Nice. I'm really liking this combination. We're not talking about the pens. Not talking about the ink. Stay focused. This was a limited edition from Colt Pens, but it's a Benu, and Benus use the Schmidt nibs. Now, this is the only way I've experienced the Schmidt nibs, but I agree with all the people who say that these are very juicy. A little bit broad, maybe, if you want to explain it that way. Generous on ink flow. I think however you want to say it. The Benu Schmidt nibs, you can put shimmer in, even though this is a fine. Usually they only come in fine, medium, and broad. They are lovely. They are lovely. So this is the Benu Celebration, in case you want to put it on your watch list. And it's a steel. Let's remember the T this time. Schmidt. I think there's a D in there. Schmidt. In fine. Now I do have another Schmidt from a Benu, fine, and it doesn't write as broadly as this one does. So that's the other thing. Just because you're getting, a Jowo fine doesn't mean it's going to write the same as your other Jowo fine, or your Schmidt fine's not going to write the same as your other Schmidt fine. It might, but it might not. That's why I'm okay having 3 different examples for what might all be Jowo steel fine nibs. It annoys people, but I think of it like clothing. There's not industry standards, and you just kind of have to deal with it. Cute. I love this ink in here. I never remember what it's called, but I love it. It's one of the Arctic Blast or Arctic Blue or something like that. I'll look it up. It's pen 28. Arctic Blast. And this is from an ink vet. I think the green one. Okay, moving on. Now, technically this is a fine medium, so I put it here, but this is a Japanese. I don't think the European brands even do, or Western brands, even do a fine medium. So here we are, fine medium, and it's a soft fine medium. So I'm not going to give the soft properties. I'm just going to write nice and light like I usually do, and we're going to write what it is, soft, fine, medium, but we're just going to focus on the fine medium part. Now it's going to turn out thinner than the fine, probably. I haven't actually done a page like this before. That's what I'm expecting, though, because of that Japanese manufacturing. So this is a Pilot size 10 on a custom 742. Such a pretty nib. I want to put this into a different pen, but stay focused, stay focused. Pilot. Oh, the Pilot nibs are so smooth. And you will see or learn that there are different, is it trademarks? Different reputations that come with some nibs, like the Benu Schmidt nibs always being so wet. or like gold nibs running wetter than their steel equivalents, like the Japanese being finer than the European. That's a very broad one, but I've heard that sailors have a lot of feedback, and I do have a sailor nib. Even though it's a zoom nib, I felt the feedback right away. So I learned very quickly, I'm not a sailor kind of person. The pens are too small, and the nibs, like, I don't want to feel that. Pilots are very smooth. Platinums are known for more precision in their line, which is what this Esterbrook reminds me of. It has the same kind of feel, and maybe you heard the sound too, of this ultra extra fine. So look for those kind of things to help you as well, especially if you don't have a pen shop or show or friends, like I don't, around you. That will really help you with your purchases and learning what you like, those kind of things. So back on task. Pilot Custom 742. This is a gold 14. I think it's a 14. Oh, yes, I see it right there under the Pilot. That's a tiny, tiny little font there that they used. 14K Pilot. Are those in-house? I'm not sure. That's the other thing. Some brands make their nibs there at the, and a lot of them don't. Yovo makes all the Yovo nibs. Now they might get stamped or engraved or tuned or whatever, but those Yovo nibs all started as the same thing. So another thing to be aware of. Continuing. Soft, fine, medium, which is abbreviated on the nib as such. And I could flex this a little bit, but I don't use it that way. And this page is about round nibs. So, whew. That is one happy face. And this is, I want to say this is Kosumosu. If not, it's Private Reserve Rose Rage. They look very similar, but I think this one is Kosumosu. Hiroshizuku Kosumosu. I think that's what it's called. If it's wrong, I'm very sorry. Okay, now this is another Japanese nib. So this is my Japanese medium. This is a Franken pen. Don't look for this pen online. It's made of parts and pieces, but it has a really lovely, medium nib. That is glaring beyond belief. There we go. I forget what ink is in this. This might be another pink ink. Let's find out. So this is a Pilot. Oh, this is Monteverde's Rose Pink. Monteverde Rose Pink in a Pilot Franken pen. It is 14K Pilot and a medium. Which is just abbreviated as an M. So nice and easy. Oh, I like this color. Very pretty. If you think the color looks a lot like the Pelikan Edelstein Rose Quartz, you would be correct. I have used them. Both of this is very similar. Monteverde. Rose Pink. So cute. It's a little bit purpley. Yes, it is. All right. I have a medium Yovo right here in this gorgeous Abigail Markov pen. The This colorway is Interstellar, if you're curious. And if you want one, keep an eye on her website because this color sells out so quickly. It is gorgeous. Okay, staying focused. This is Abigail Markov. Steel Yovo in medium. So nice. I love this nib if you're talking about looks because the fleur-de-lis is just too cute. That was terribly uneven, I'm sorry. There, see? Uneven. Oops. I think this is Diamine's Peacock Flare. Looks like the same line as the Benu Fine, doesn't it? Yep, that's a nice juicy one. Here is the Schmidt Fine. And I put a really, really sparkly ink in this. Look at that. The glitter is just stuck all over this nib. But it's handling it well. That's why it's in here. This is a Benu Luminescent. These minty ends glow in the dark, super fun. Ocean Breeze is the colorway. E-E-Z-E. Very wet ink. This is a steel Schmidt nib. DT. See, I don't really write big enough for a medium, but I'm trying. Medium. And it's so sparkly. It's like one of those glitter gel pens you used to be able to get. You probably still can. So much glitter. Your little 10-year-old heart makes it so happy. Wow, so much glitter. Private Reserve. Great ink brand if you're looking for a nice, affordable route. Yes, definitely. This is the Pearlescent. That's a very long name, so we're just going to write Pearl. Turquoise. Silver. Yes. Pearlescent, turquoise, silver. Got it. And even with all that glitter, it flows well and gives you a nice line. But see the difference between that Schmidt medium and the Yovo medium? Yep, crazy. Okay, there's one box left, and I thought I would go ahead and fill that in with a nib. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think of it as a round nib. And so here it is. This is a vintage. That wasn't clear. Discolored, broken clip, all the things. This isn't working right now. I would love to put this nib into another pen. It's a 92, so celluloid, that's why it's discolored. Waterman, in case I didn't mention that. And the nib, it says right on top, it is a Manifold Waterman Reg US. Look at the cute little heart cutout. It's so cute. And if you turn it, you can see the thickness of the nib. This is layers stacked up for carbon copies. I really like this one. It's probably like a fine, extra fine. I don't know. I ink it with Noodler's Pecan and I just write with it. It's beautiful. It's so nice. And I hear that the manifold nibs are not popular. So if you want to get a vintage manifold nib, it's probably a lot easier than finding a flex nib. And it's so nice. And hopefully it's not out of ink. Oh, there we go. See, it's not a medium. Yes, I know there are broad nibs, there are double broad, there are triple broad. I have none of those, so I'm sorry, we're just going to stop right here on the medium. If you want it to write bigger than this, look for a broad or a double broad or something like that, because they do write broader, but this is my max. So I don't have anything bigger than a broad, even in my nib drawer, to switch out, which is what I did for the medium. So sorry. This is I'm pretty sure this is a 14K, but it doesn't say on it. And I have no idea who made the Waterman nibs, so. Unknown size. It is just manifold. So nice. I really like this nib. It's like a almost ultra extra fine, semi ultra extra, I don't know. Maybe just an extra fine, but it's so nice. Smooth. This color looks fantastic. I can press it if I need to when writing receipts and such, because of the manifold nature. It was kind of designed for that. Yeah, hidden gem. Don't pay hundreds, but you know, if you can get one for a nice, reasonable price, I would jump on it. Why did I write an M? Noodler's pecan. I have a little trouble writing with this because it's so extremely tiny, but yeah, if I can put this nib in another body, we will be best of friends, because we're pretty good friends already. And that is my round nib collection. So this will come out in parts because I have a whole page for each. Let's finish off the page. What color do I want to go there? I think I would like to use this pinky purple color again. Oh, not bad. Round. And I did not stay on my guidelines, so try that, erase, and be good to go. Yeah. So hopefully this was helpful. Again, they do go larger than this, and this one here is uncommon. But if you do find it, it is a great little nib. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope that was helpful. I will be back next time with my architect style nibs. So thanks for watching. See you next time.